Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Tamasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavitvaram Sadgurum Brahmavitvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome to the 22nd episode of Vision of Vedanta. We are looking into this text called Prashnottari Ratna Malika by Sri Adi Sankaracharya. So what are the first three verses are talking about whom should we hold on to in this samsara or shoka, dukkha, moha, bhaya, the wheel of shoka means sorrow, dukkha means sorrow, moha means delusion, bhaya means fear. Hold on to the feet of the Lord. And then what is the way out? The way out is to hold on to the Shastras. And what are all the different, in the previous episodes we can see. The present one is Shete Sukham Kastu Samadhinishto Jagartiko Va Sadasat Viveki Keshatravasanti Nijendriyani Tanyeva Mitrani Jitaniyani. Shete Sukham Kastu. Who is the one who enjoys happiness or comfort while sleeping? The one who is having nishtha or abidance in samadhi. Samadhi means the one whose mind is always in the state of samadhi. Samadhi means samyak adhiyate manaha iti samadhi. The one whose mind is established in the intellect within the self is samadhi nishtha. Nishtha means abidance. So only if my mind is in a state of samadhi, which means only when my mind is quiet at all times and not acting on its own, will I have a peaceful state of sleep. Shete Sukham Kastu. Other people will sleep, but they will not enjoy a peaceful sleep because the mind will be very active in the state of sleep. Samadhi Nishtha means during daytime, we should make the mind quiet by keeping it in the state of samadhi, or with the practice of dharana, dhyana. Dharana means concentration, dhyana means meditation, and samadhi means a continued and extended state of meditation where the mind becomes absorbed on the thought or emotion or feeling upon which it is meditating. Who is supposed, so this is about a person who sleeps well. Who is the one who wakes up well? Jagartiko va sadasat viveki. Who is the one who is awake at all times? Everybody who is awake and walking around are not awake people, but the one who has the discrimination between what is Sat and what is Asat. Sat means reality, truth, life, consciousness. Being aware of this while we are awake. Asat means that which is not real, that which is not that which is not the truth, that which is not the permanent. We don't take too much of cognizance of all that. So that is being a viveki of Sat and Asat. So such a person is called a waking person. We may be waking, we may be talking, we may be doing things, but if we are truly awake, it means we have the right discrimination between Sat and Asat. What is real, what is life, what is consciousness, what is truth, and what is the opposite of all this. Sat, Asat, Viveki. Viveki, the dhatu is which, I see, which means to separate and see. When I say this is a water bottle and this is a clock, I have viveka between these two objects. But the Sat Asat Viveka is to be able to very refined discrimination within our thoughts. In our thoughts, in our emotions, there is a feeling, there is a thought, and then there is a life that energizes the thought and the feeling. It is a very subtle division. In this modern day, we have something called cognitive behavior therapy, in which they teach us how to discriminate or distinguish between I and the thought. I am the person who is aware that I have this thought, I have this feeling. This discrimination makes us get released from so many problems we have. Cognitive diffusion. Cognitive fusion is I am fused with a thought, I am fused with a feeling. Cognitive diffusion is I diffuse that attachment to the thought. I, consciousness, which is a form of light, which is form of energy, that is attached and fused to this thought. So how to diffuse it? Understand that I am having this thought, I am entertaining this thought, I am buying this thought. Buying this thought means focusing attention on the thought. Then I leave the thought. I write the thought on a piece of paper and I burn that piece of paper. Then detachment has happened to some extent between me and that thought. Or I place that thought on an object, on a stone. Whenever I take the stone, I take the thought. Whenever I keep the stone, I keep the thought away from me. This is called cognitive diffusion. So Jagartikova Sad Asat Viveki. Viveka means distinguishing between what is life and what is not life, what is consciousness and what is inertia, what is understanding and what is confusion. All this is viveka, ability to distinguish. That makes me an awake person. Then, who are my real enemies? Ke shatravaha santi. Ke shatravas santi nijendriyani. Ke shatravaha. Who are my enemies? Nija indriyani. My sense organs. The organ of seeing, the organ of tasting, the organ of hearing, the organ of smelling, the organ of touching. Because they are born out of the body, they are part of the body, they don't give me the full picture of what exactly I see. They will show me and they will also show me, because it is mixed with the mind, they will show me with a sense of like or a sense of dislike. So they are my enemies. Actually, they may be good for me, but I understand that object as I like through the senses. Ke Shatravaha, they are my enemies. Nija Indriyani, my real senses. And how do I conquer those senses? How do they? They are my enemies. If I conquer them, what happens? They become my friends. Tanyeva mitrani jitani. When I conquer my senses, conquering senses means the eyes should not see something on its own. The eyes should go to an object and give me the picture of an object only if I want my eyes to go there. Otherwise, my eyes has to be with where I want it to be. My ears should listen to some sound and report that sound only if I want to listen to that. If I don't want to listen to it, my ears has no job, no business to go and give me feedback from that sound. It can be the sound of an automobile. It can be sound of the fan. It can be sound of the air conditioner. It can be sound of a bird. It can be sound of an animal. The ears should have nothing to do with anything that I don't give it a command to do. So that is called conquering of the senses. Applies to all other sense organs. Even the hands, even the legs, even the mouth. The mouth should not become a motor mouth going on and on about something that I have not given it instructions to speak. The hands should not have any movement or hold on to any object which I have not instructed it to do. Like the mobile phone. We can try it with our mobile phone. All the time we are switching on, we are opening, we are browsing, we are going on watching and indulging the other sense organs with the help of our mobile phone. We can try to practice conquering our sense organs by conquering the usage of the mobile phone with our hands, eyes, ears, mouth. See, so many sense organs are involved in the usage of our mobile phone. So if today Adi Shankaracharya was there, he would have written Keshatravas Santi. One Swami has already written a very beautiful poem about the mobile phone. It's APN Swami. On the internet you see a very nice Sanskrit poem about the usage of mobile phone. So Adi Shankaracharya would have written this. Keshatravas Santi, mobile phone, Nijendriyani, mobile phone which controls all our senses. It is not our sense organs, but it is all our sense organs attached to the mobile phone. That is our enemy today. Tanye Vajit Mitrani, that same mobile phone can become our friend if we conquer it, if we know how to use it, if we know how to keep it away, if we know how to switch it off, put it in silent mode, or keep the mobile phone away at least 1 hour before we go to sleep. It becomes our friend. We can use it and we can keep it away and it will not disturb us or it will not cause disturbances in our brain waves. It will not cause unnecessary unwanted dreams or it will not cause any damage to our skin or the cells of our body. The next verse is a very beautiful verse. The 5th verse. Kova daridrohi vishala trishnaha Shrimanscha yasya samastatoshaha Jivan mritakastu nirutyamo yaha Kimva mritam syat sukada nirasha. These verses are helping us to live our life fully and to understand what is wealth, what is death, what is joy, what gives us joy, Kova Daridraha. Who is the one who is a poor person? Poor person means Daridra. Daridra means actually not poor, without money. Daridra means one who has poverty consciousness, one who keeps thinking, I'm poor, I don't have, all the time saying, I don't have this, I don't have that. Focusing on what we don't have is Daridra. Kova Daridra, Vishala Trishnaha. This person's desire or this person's wants is endless. It is very, very broad. The spectrum of wants has got no end to it. Vishala Trishnaha. So if you're going on wanting something, wanting this, wanting that, wanting an ice cream, wanting a samosa, wanting a puff, wanting a vada, you will not keep any focus on what you have in your house. Tasty vegetables, sambar, rasam, hot rice, appalam, curd, everything is there. How I wish I had a vada along with all this. So you will not be happy. The person who cooked this food will not be happy if you don't see what is there and you feel gratitude for that person who has done all this, and you say, how nice it would have been if I had one more appalam or one vada. How nice if there was an ice cream for lunch today, for dessert. Kova Daridra. He is a Daridra, or his consciousness, his attention is placed on poverty. He is never going to be happy because all the time he is thinking about what he doesn't have. Puja Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda ji, in a very beautiful text called Jivana Sutrani, Tips for Joyful Living, he says, if you want to protect your sorrow, the verse begins with, let me think about it, I'm not getting the exact line now. Yes. Praptasya upeksha, apraptasya apeksha, dukkhasya suraksha. If you want to protect your dukkha or protect your sorrow, do this, he says, which means if you want to protect your joy, we should do the opposite. What should we do if we want to protect our sorrow? Whatever we have, we should ignore it. Whatever we don't have, we should go behind it. Then we can keep our sorrow well protected at all times. It's a very humorous way of saying that we will be sorrowful. If we want to be joyful, praptasya apeksha. If I have this beautiful clock with me, I look and I admire this clock, and its purple color on top, its white color, the way it is running so beautifully and showing time. I just admire it. The name on the clock, it says Horo. Contemplate on what is Horo and Hora. Hora is a word for Sanskrit for hour. Horo is Latin and hour is English. You contemplate on all this, 1 hour will go away with just this clock, admiring this clock, and we feel very happy. But instead of this, if I think, how nice if I have a bird clock that announces time every hour, bird sound like the one in Salarjung Museum in Hyderabad, or the Big Ben clock which strikes a bell. If I go on thinking, then every time 1 hour passes by and it is time to ring the bell, I will feel very sad because I don't have that clock. So, Kova Daridrohi Vishala Trishnaha. Trishna means desire, Vishala means very, very big, very, very endless desire. Opposite. Who is a Shriman? Who is a very Wealthy person, we all love to be wealthy. It's a very simple way we can try it in our life. Whole of today, if now it has become night, then whole of tomorrow, we just experience contentment with what we have, contentment with the objects we have, contentment with the emotions we have, contentment with the experiences we have, contentment with the people we have. It can be a nasty boss, but content that you have a boss. There are so many people who are waiting to have a boss and they have none. Contentment with the members of the family around us, contentment with the friends, contentment with our enemies. Whatever situation we have, the feeling we experience within us is contentment. Then we are a rich person. Shriman Shako Yasya Samasta Toshaha, complete contentment with what we have around us. If summer is so hot, be content that the summer is taking out all the impurities in the form of sweat within the body. The summer is helping you to stay slim and trim. If the summer turns into sudden rainy season, be content that the hot summer has given an air conditioning effect free of cost around you. You become a Shriman. You will be able to live life very happily. Jivan mritaha kaha tu. If you ask indeed, who is the one who is dead while living? Nirutyamayaha, one who makes no effort in life, one who is always lazy, one who says Nirutyama means the opportunity to do work always keeps coming. Life always gives us an opportunity to do this, do that. Somebody is asking for our help. Somebody says, can you do this for me? We always keep saying, we think we are very smart. And we say, no, 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 I cannot do. We think we are very smart. When we dodge that work, hand it over to somebody and escape from that situation, slink away like a fox, or just, ignore it, leave that person, not even look in that direction, look somewhere else, pretend to be something else. We avoid work. But what we are actually doing is we are training our body and mind to die while living. Nirutyama. Utyama means Yama. Yama means controlling. Yama means giving us a special project, a special work to control our senses. When we do work, our senses are in control. Utyama. Udyama means work. Udyoga. Udyama is control. Doing some work. Nirudyama means keeping ourselves lazy all the time, always wanting to sleep. Sleep is the nature of death. The dead body is just lying with no motion. That is niryama. There is no work at all involved in that. So, mimicking the dead body, you are living life like a zombie, always sitting in the chair, comfortably plonked in the couch, with a like a couch potato, with a bag of chips, going on without any effort, watching cold media. TV is called cold media, radio is called hot media, because hot media will make you think, make you analyze, make you do so many things. TV gives you all the inputs. Your computer gives you all the inputs. You don't have to do any thinking. You just have to, even eyes will get locked and all the muscles around the eyes will just get atrophied because we are not even moving our eyes. So that's how a dead person will look. No movement of hands, legs, eyes. Thinking is going on or not going on, we don't know. We know it because there is no movement in the eyes. Because when there is thinking going on, eyes will move. It will be very alive. It will be very agile. It will be very active. Jivan, Mritaha, the posture I went into is while living, being dead. Jivan mritaha kahatu nirudyamaha yaha. Nirudyama, no effort. You appear like you're a walking dead person, like a zombie. In many foreign countries, maybe it's happening in India also. I've not gone so much in India. As I've observed people abroad, because I didn't have any work to do, I could observe a lot. When you go on a tourist visa, you have time to observe. When you're on a work visa, you have to do work. You can't observe, you just have to do your work. So, say people, what are you doing? The language has changed because the houses are all air conditioned, the offices are air conditioned, cars are air conditioned. It is either hot or cold, whatever condition. You don't have to do, the body does not do anything to keep itself fit, keep itself conditioned and all that. And so you enter into a zombie. Their voice changes. What are you doing? When they pick up the phone, yeah, I'm fine. How are you? How is everybody doing in your house? They're fine. That's good to hear. This is the tone of the conversation on the telephone. So Sri Adi Shankaracharya says, Jivan mritaha kahatu nirudyamaha yaha. You see two people from the forest or village. Hey, how are you? So much of animation will be there in the hands, in the movement, in the voice, the up and down movement of the voice, the intonation. That's a signature of life. No movement, nothing. A signature of always looking down and walking, living like a question mark, not wanting to make yourself an exclamation mark, but just looking down. If I want to be lazy and do nothing at all possible, such a life is a dead life. Nirudyamaha yaha kimcha amritam syat. So if death is no movement, no thought, no thinking, no feeling, no emotions, living, making no effort is death while living. What is immortality, everlasting life? Cha amritam syat sukhada nirasha. Nirasha means living a life with no expectations is a life of amritam, means immortal life. Always I will be alive. I will be thriving. Because when I have expectation, then my mind, if the expectation is met with, then there is semblance of life happening. If the expectation is not met, somebody says, I'll take you for a movie at night, and night comes, that person is busy with office work or some other project has come, they can't take you for the movie, and throughout the day, you're building up your expectation, movie, your mind is filled with movie, and movie program is cancelled, the mind just shrinks. When the mind shrinks, the body shrinks. When the body shrinks, it does not want to do anything. It becomes nirudyama. It puts no effort to make its life brilliant, life active, because it is guided by that expectation of something, and it begins to shrink. Nirasha means no hope, not being hopeless, but not having any expectation, not having any particular expectation, accepting whatever comes with joy. That is nirasha, that is amritam. Amritam means that nectar of immortality. The feeling of immortality is tasted when we live our life moment to moment, not expecting anything, choiceless awareness of whatever we are getting in life, whatever life is serving us moment to moment, whether it is idli, whether it is puri, whether it is pizza, whether it is burger, or whether it is pulav, or whether it is ice cream, whatever comes on my plate, no expectation. I receive it very happily. I accept it completely. It is a Tao way of life. Tao means the way, but this Tao is an acronym for take, accept, offer. Take, accept, offer. Take, accept, offer. Then we live an immortal life on this earth. Kim va amritam syat sukhada. Sukhada means it gives joy, it gives pleasure. What gives pleasure? Nirasha. Having no particular hopes, having no specific expectations will give us joy. So from tomorrow onwards, hopefully for the next 9 days on Chinmaya Surya channel, we will be listening to the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, followed by a puja for Gita Mata, which will also be telecast online on Chinmaya Surya channel, concluding 1.5 years of listening to the Bhagavad Gita in Tamil month after month. Gita through the eyes of Swami Chinmayananda. So stay tuned for tomorrow to listen to the 18th chapter of the Gita. Even if you have not listened to any other chapter, it is worth listening to the 18th chapter because it contains the essence of the whole Gita. Like the second chapter is an introductory essence of the Gita, in the same way, the 18th chapter is a complete essence of the Gita. Let us all stay tuned tomorrow at Chinmaya Surya channel. Welcome. To know when it is being telecast, you can always subscribe and click the notification button so that whenever we are going online, you can tune in and stay tuned live. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Boli Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Har Har Mahadeva. Hari Om.